Well, hey folks, real live Ritland and the Derbinator. So I was about to do the line joke. SmackDown Live.
Alright everyone, SmackDown Live. Rolling solo tonight. Jonn cannot be here. He don't got some prior commitments, like his job and working someone else's shift for them. Anyway, show starts off with Becky pulling up in an SUV and getting asked if she's ready to face Asuka. Camera pans over to heavy machinery for some reason out in the garage with food, protein, a blender, a table, and the New Day with the plate of pancakes. Pleading with him not to put the pancakes in the blender with the protein and all that stuff that that Dozovic is putting into the blender. He mixes it all together, he takes a little drink of it, and he goes, "Want any?" It's like, or no, he goes, "Oh yeah!" And Jake like, "Oh no!" Becky walks over to the table, sees what Dozovic is doing, and Dozovic goes, "Oh yeah!" And it's like, "You want any?" So Becky grabs it and takes a quick drink of it and just looks at him and goes, "Little weak," and puts it back. And then walks out to the ring. Commentary quickly got the basic overview of what the show was going to be. With Becky going on the ring, which is a better way to handle it than Becky going on and saying, "Let's see what we have tonight, Seth." Anyway, Becky works up the crowd, putting down Asuka for asking if Becky is ready for Asuka, but as if on cue, Asuka's theme hits. Now, when Asuka gets into the ring, she starts to deliver a promo, and it's a little rough because when English isn't your primary language, it's really hard to deliver lines and metaphors. Delivery was a bit much. The Iconics come out to job, I was guessing at the time. And as it turns out, it wasn't a complete job fest. They had a respectably long match with Becky tapping Peyton to the disarmer. I think it was like a 10-12 minute match, maybe? Asuka got furious after Becky, showed Asuka up and started yelling in Japanese. She was furious, like she was getting ready to go on her own little heel turn there. So she runs out as the Iconics are trying to escape and drags Billie Kay by the hair and starts up another match, which I guess Billie Kay agreed to. Gets her into an armbar, transitions it over to the disarm her, just to make fun of Becky, who was, just an onlooker. However, Billie Kay got a little clever and rolled up Asuka. Couldn't get the pin though. Asuka countered it and turned it into the Asuka lock, tapping Billie Kay out. And then after that, AJ Styles walks up to the ring, he goes around the ring a little bit, and then he goes up the crowd. I don't know why, but it was right after Becky and Asuka had a bit of a stare down. So, okay! Commercial break ends to have AJ Styles at a concession stand, hyping up the crowd, and then gets attacked by Daniel Bryan. AJ Styles wins the ambush with Daniel Bryan on the ground, covered in mustard. Practice safe eating, folks. Always use a condiment. Then Usos get a backstage, or Usos backstage get a gift. Jay reads off the note to Jimmy just to find out that it was sent by Mandy. After that, we had a backstage interview with Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien Almas, with Almas speaking of how Rey is his idol, but he will show that he is the future. Also, Andrade Cien Almas has been the unfortunate victim of the name thief in WWE, and is now just Andrade because Vince McMahon can't pronounce names. After that, we had Samoa Joe versus Mustafa Ali. Never mind, we didn't have that match. Joe ambushes Mustafa Ali after Mustafa gets to the ring. Hits him outside the ring, throws him in the post, beats him up around the ring for a little bit, keeps going back to beat him up some more. And then after that, we go to another backstage segment, and it is the worst feud of the 2019, and it's Mandy Rose is filmed giving out her entire plan to ruin Naomi's marriage on camera. Mandy fails at evil plans, is what I'm trying to say. After that, we got a backstage interview with Samoa Joe as to why he attacked Mustafa Ali, essentially saying that he's just the first of many. And then we get to the actual match of the only actual match today that was a serious competition. It was Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas, but again, he's now just Andrade. It was an extremely well-worked match with a level of performance beyond what you'd expect from even these two's high-level repertoire of skills. A lot of people were calling it a classic online, and I can imagine why. Rey Mysterio pulling up maneuvers that a man half his age wouldn't be able to do. But yeah, there were a lot of great spots in here. Almost with the powerbomb outside the ring, Rey with the DDT in the middle of the ring. Rey hit a Hurricane Rana off the apron. And then Mysterio getting drop kicked by Andrade when Rey went to go jump off the top turnbuckle. They didn't rely on a lot of the expected spots. I mean, of course, you had to have the 619 because it's Rey Mysterio, and that's just how he rolls. But this was a fantastic match, and the match ended with Almas hitting Mysterio with a hammerlock DDT after Vega had distracted both Rey and the ref. Rey was getting perched up on the top turnbuckle ready to go for another dive. Or splash him. Well, Vega's well-timed distraction gave Andrade the win. And then after this, we had another Mandy Rose segment. How boy was this shit? Because earlier in the evening, the gift that was sent to Jimmy Uso was her hotel room key. And then they played up the whole Temptation Island shit. And it was really dumb. Really hard to watch. It was as bad of a concept of a promo as Temptation Island is a bad idea for a show. I don't know who will watch that. The people who do need some serious help. I didn't like it. Not a bit. But the only good thing, I guess, is Mandy almost getting her comeuppance at the hands of Naomi. She had a photographer in the bathroom waiting for him to reach out to Mandy to say, we need to stop this, to get pictures, to snap some pictures, then run out of the hotel room. And Mandy divulged the whole evil plan about how she's going to break up, her and Jimmy just to make Naomi's life a living hell. And he goes, my wife, huh? And he walks out of the room. And of course, he brought Naomi with him. Naomi walks in, attacks Mandy. Mandy manages to launch her away and then run out of the room. And that was that. God damn. That was, yeah, that was technically a segment. After that, we got the Ms. McMahon segment for Shane McMahon's birthday party. What? Anyway, Miz had an entire highlight reel made for him, and also got some cakes made from Shane McMahon's favorite baker. But let me tell you something, that is not a professional baker's frosting job. That is a Costco sheet cake, my friend. So, no, I don't believe you. You don't need a cake that big for one guy anyway. Anyway, yeah, he tried to sing happy birthday terribly, and was interrupted by the bar, who was wondering why they were not invited. Well, I'm sorry, Sheamus and Cesaro, but unfortunately Shane McMahon's birthday party didn't have an open bar. Anyway, after some convincing, Shane McMahon convinces The Miz to have a match and beat Sheamus as his birthday present. And he does! The Miz beats Sheamus. Not necessarily clean, mind you. Well, I guess kind of clean. Sheamus gets distracted after Cesaro gets launched into a table through the cake. And Miz, with that brief moment, uses that to roll up Sheamus for the win. After the match, Sheamus attacks The Miz, and then Shane goes into the ring, saves The Miz. The two of them take out Sheamus. After bringing him into the corner, Shane, gets directed to go out for the coast to coast. Miz grabs one of the sheet cakes, puts it right in front of Sheamus, and Shane jumps and biffs his coast to coast, only clipping the cake by that much because he's 49 and should not be doing that shit anymore. I think he's 49. He's almost 50 and should not be doing that shit anymore. It looked like he hurt his hip on the way down. But yeah, that was SmackDown. It was pretty good, except for the Mandy Rose segment. The Shane McMahon birthday part I didn't really care for. The Andrade Cien Almas match was great. Samoa Joe versus Mustafa Ali happened, technically, I guess, with Joe, ambushing and beating him up. All in all, I'm gonna give SmackDown a B-. A 5-star classic does not a grade show make. But if you disagree with me, there's a poll right up here that you can vote on. And let me know what you think of SmackDown. Or leave a comment down below, hit like, hit dislike. Dislike. Hit subscribe, it's somewhere over here. And yeah. This has been Real Honesty without Jonn Ritland. I am not Jonn Ritland. I am the Durbinator. And you have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Or at least you'll see me.